We are back on Get Up with more first impressions after week one. Here we go. Rex Ryan, what was your first impression of Travis Hunter?
Not going to happen, man. Are you kidding me? Look, the offense, he's out there for 44 snaps. On defense, you know what? I tell you what, Cindy, can you call up B8, please?
Oh, my
There's
God.
the graphics right there. Thank you. 44 plays on offense. Defense, he played 6 plays and on 1 tackle. Hey, Jacksonville, what are you doing, man? It's a hell of a lot harder to find a corner than it is a receiver. Put him as a starting corner, and let's make him special as a corner. Forget all that other jazz about him playing both ways. We get it. You wasted an extra first-round pick. Put him at corner and let him make a difference at corner.
Here's what they're doing. They're going to be changing up week to week. This week he might play more corner than wide receiver. This week he might play both. They're kind of easing him in, transitioning him in. The plan the first week was full-time receiver, situational corner. That's what he did. We'll see what they do this week.
So in other words, you're going to end up getting a average-ass receiver and an average-ass corner.
Well,
that's what's going to happen. When you extend guys too much in this league, no, it ain't going to happen. And I don't care who he is. You know, could you possibly do it? Yeah, I could possibly do it, go line up there. All right, but no, he's not going to be the impact he should have on this football team unless you sell out, put him at corner, let him be a stud there.
In a related story, the Jaguars beat the Panthers 26-10 yesterday.
Most important. Most important.
But Travis Hunter, you're right. He didn't have nearly the impact on the game that we would like to see. Let's move it forward. Dan, what was your first impression, and I'm looking forward to this one, what was your first impression of Emeka Egbuka?
I wish I took him for Offensive Rookie of the Year. This young man is going to be, he might have 80 catches this year. His connection with Baker Mayfield is already legit. And his feel for route running, his ability to get open, the game winner, it's just so special. And for an offense that has Mike Evans, you have to have somebody opposite Mike to take advantage of that. And that's going to be Godwin, certainly when he comes back. But Egbuka looks absolutely fantastic in this offense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And here's the other thing, too. Baker Mayfield, man, I mean, he just fires it. He could have thrown 5 interceptions in that
I know
game.
Baker's been spending more time with Jesus, and it's paying off because he's living right, man. He could have thrown 4 or 5 bingos yesterday.
You know, the crazy thing is, like, all the great receivers that's come out of Ohio State, isn't he like the all-time leading receiver?
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you how special that young man is.
So good.
That was an
really
incredible
good.
game, by the way.
He looked like a miniature version of Chris Godwin, who'll get back in a few weeks, and then they'll have Godwin and Evans and Egbuka.
And McMillan.
Well, he'll be back later in the season.
But this guy's not going to come off the field.
No.
Like, he's earned that. Like,
he's
like, why would you take this kid off the field?
He's a staple.
He's more explosive than any of them.
You look at all the great receivers, and you pointed it out. I mean, they're like DBU now. They used to be. Now they're WRU, wide receiver U, Ohio State. He's the most productive receiver in Ohio State history, and he is an instant star in Tampa. Speaking of instant stars, Damian Woody, what was your first impression of Micah Parsons in Green Bay?
Lightning in a bottle. Like, this dude, think about this. He only played, like, in packages. Like, he was a part-time player. And look at the impact that he had on the game. Wait till he gets in football shape, Rex, and he's playing more snaps. Imagine the impact, the juice that he's going to bring to that Green Bay defense. Boy, man, I still can't believe the Dallas Cowboys traded him to inside the conference.
Wait, Rex, say again what you said on TV.
I said it was the worst trade in NFL history the Dallas Cowboys made.
This is the guy
you build an entire defense around one great player. This guy can do it. And think, that was a top 5 defense in the league last year. And they added Micah Parsons. Like, ooh.
That's an important point. We did Sunday NFL Countdown yesterday here. We hope you're all watching with us every Sunday morning, 3 hours leading up to kickoff. And you made that point as one of the great defensive coaches in the history of the sport. What's the difference between having one great player and 3 or 4 good ones?
Yeah, like everything. This guy's going to make all those other players around him way better. They have to game plan specific against this individual. If not, he is going to destroy your team. Why? He plays with massive effort. Every snap, he goes full speed. His get off is, off the football is better than anybody's in the league. He's an explosive talent. He's a turnover waiting to happen. Surprised he didn't get that ball out. Like, I'm just telling you, this kid makes it. And by the way, you want to tighten up your pass coverage? How about you get to the quarterback in 2 seconds? This guy makes that big a difference.
Dan, did the Packers prove yesterday, I almost feel like it's a rhetorical question, that they are the team to beat in that division?
Oh, yes. Ever since they've acquired Micah Parsons, it's been that way. And I think yesterday you saw the perfect formula of how they want to and should play. Be aggressive on offense early, throw the football, take the lead, and let the defense hunt. I understand that Micah didn't have a ridiculous stat line, but just watch the defensive tape, and you're going, this looks like the Eagles' defense of last year, where they just hunt the football. And I don't want to make it just about Micah because there's so many good players on that defense. You saw Edgerrin Cooper's all over the field. Van Ness was great. Rashawn Gary was great. But the amount of jerseys that you saw run to the football on a consistent basis jumped off the screen. It jumped off the screen. And if that defense can play every week like it did yesterday, this team is going to very much so be there at the end, and we're talking NFC Championship, Super Bowl run.
But we didn't talk of and think about the Packers defense like this in the past. The one player puts them another level that we hadn't seen them at before. And they're doing it against an offense that we talked about earlier. You pointed it out. The Lions without Ben Johnson are not the same offense. Not as innovative, not as creative, not as dangerous. No. Jahmyr Gibbs caught 10 passes yesterday for 31 yards, the lowest yardage total for a receiver that ever caught 10 passes in a game in NFL history.
It's a point really well made. And sometimes we use this question, Rex, bad game or bad sign? For the new offensive coach there, whose name is John Morton, has been around the league a long time, taken over for Ben Johnson. What you saw from the Lions offense yesterday, was that just a bad day, or was it a bad sign?
I'm hoping like hell it was a bad day, and look, these are game plan specific things, but I have to say it's a bad sign. And the reason there were 2 major questions going into the offseason that we all wanted to know as Detroit Lion fans, which I certainly am. All right, number 1. How's the interior of that offensive line going to play without Frank Ragnow? Well, yesterday is any indication they're in trouble. All right? The play calling was drastically different. All right? Where was the hard play action? Where's the vertical passing game or the deep, crossers, all those type of things? No trick plays, no nothing. And so to me, it looked very vanilla. They were getting whipped on the interior. And they became a check-down Charlie offense, almost unwatchable. All right. So, to me, you went from the very best offense in the league, damn near in the history of the league, to what I saw yesterday.
I can see Dan wants to get it. I'll try and get it in as we go. I'm up against the bottom of an hour. Many more games. Don't be sorry.
Handed off to Henry, and he's bottled up. The ball is out. It's loose. It's Buffalo ball. And Allen reaches over the goal line, and he is in.
What a game this has turned into.
Woo! 46 seconds left. Bills down 2 for driving. Blitz coming. Allen complete to Coleman. Cuts it back at the 20. Tripped up at the 10-yard line. A 32-yard attempt for the victory. Kick on the way, and it is good. Matt Prater has won the ball game. What a finish.
We called it a September to remember game because it was going to matter in January, and it wound up being the game of the year. Maybe any year. Orlovsky, as he does better than anybody. At the touchscreen here to break down the tape, what jumped out at you?
Final 2 plays, Josh Allen's flawless execution pre and post snap is everything. So pay attention because this tight end is going to go in motion. And as he goes in motion, that defender is going to follow. That initially tells the quarterback, I have man-to-man coverage. In these moments, when you get man-to-man coverage, you're often trying to find matchup over just concept. And the matchup becomes Josh Palmer versus Jair Alexander. Now, a couple things. Why that? Number 1, this ball's on the right hash. So if you want to throw a route, I want a pass concept that 1 is going to give me a chunk throw down the field, and 2, maybe the opportunity to get out of bounds. Palmer's got a seam release corner. That's the throw that is option number 1 for Josh Allen. Couple things stand out. Josh Allen is Josh Allen, and the impact that he has is tremendous because you're only to get from Baltimore a 3-man rush. Advantage the quarterback, and then this guy backside is going to be a little bit of spy. That gives Josh time to get this throw off. The second thing is once that defensive end goes inside here, Josh is able to then move to the side. Outstanding for Josh Allen. And then the third thing is this. Greeny, you hear me say this all the time.
Yep.
Don't make every throw, make the right throw. On that corner route, that corner's now sitting on the back hip of the quarterback. That means the quarterback, he can't drive that football. It'd be an interception if he does. That means also that he can't float it over the top. He can't drive it, and he can't float it over the top. The receiver will lose space. it's got to be what we call a firm throw or NEI over. This is absolutely outstanding ball placement by Josh Allen. Look in that trailing corner. The ball is absolutely perfect to Josh Palmer. That's that huge chunk that you want. Now, I want everyone to pay attention to this next clip, okay? Everybody has to see Josh Allen pre-snap. You're going to watch his left arm right there. See how his left arm comes up? He's almost given like a little bit of a chicken wing. He's changing the route at the line of scrimmage to his receiver, Keon Coleman. Now, why, Dan? Okay, couple things. One, he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he sees two of those safeties on one side of the football. Ball is on the left hash. Those two safeties on one side of the ball, automatic antennas up for a quarterback. That signals to us we anticipate all-out zero pressure. Now, do the numbers at the line of scrimmage match that? Absolutely. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, and then also a flat line of the defense. All indications tell the quarterback, here comes all-out pressure, man-to-man coverage. That's why he changes Keon Coleman's route up top, and you're telling Keon Coleman, I want you to run an in route. Keon, you have one job. You have to get across the face of this corner. He is by himself. All you have to do is win on your route. I don't care how deep it is. Get inside the leverage of that corner. Josh signals the route. You get the protection by that offensive line. You anticipate the pressure. The back comes across. Ball comes out, and it's game over. Josh Allen's 2 reps in a row of outstanding recognition of the defense and then the perfect throw by the quarterback wins the game for the Bills.
So well done. It's so remarkable. Again, it was the game of almost any year, and Allen off to a really good start defending his MVP. We'll talk more about them as we go. But they play in upstate New York. Let's do a feature called New York, New York, because we have high hopes for both the Jets and the Giants, and they both, in their own ways, had miserable days yesterday. The Jets lost to Aaron Rodgers back at MetLife. He was tremendous in his Steeler debut, throwing 4 touchdowns. Pittsburgh gets the 34-32 win, and as he was taunted walking off the field, he let him have it. And then afterwards, as only he can, he went one up on that.
You spoke about the meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago. Beating him, is there significance in that, since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
So there you have it. Let's take the Steelers side of this first. Aaron Rodgers, what do we say, D. Wood?
His demise is clearly being over-exaggerated. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, you said in the first hour, Dano, Aaron Rodgers like 2021 Aaron Rodgers. He was fantastic. The ball face, the movement skills, the accuracy, the arm talent, it was all on display. Remember, like, this game, Steelers had no run game to speak of. So this was really the Aaron Rodgers show, and he was just fantastic in this Arthur Smith offense.
What did you think, Rex? We talked about the Jet side of this earlier, and obviously you had a lot of thoughts on that. But Rodgers is a player, to D. Wood's point, that many have written off, and he's 41, soon to be 42. What we saw yesterday, is that an indication that he's going to be this player all season long?
Oh, I don't know if he can be that player all season long. I mean, number one, he knew exactly what they were doing defensively, and he took advantage of it. But Aaron Rodgers looks phenomenal. Like I say, like, golly, I haven't seen that guy forever.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, he's going to be good. I doubt he's that good, though.
Well, look,
no way.
There are a variety of reasons for it. And the biggest, of course, is that he suffered a catastrophic injury in his first series as the Jets quarterback, and it takes time to come back from that. The second piece of it is the Jets are not as good as the Steelers. They're not nearly as organized and well coached as the Steelers during the time that Rodgers was there. We'll see what the future holds. But, Dan, and you have tape to demonstrate it. What Aaron Rodgers did yesterday was special.
Well, hour one was deception. This was about having the answers. Rex talked about that. And then also, he looked unbelievably young movement-wise with some of his stuff. I think the pocket movement stands out as a big deal. Now, this is having the answers. He's going to fake a toss up top, okay? He wants to throw the football to the tight end at the top of the screen. But he's already peeking the middle field safety. As he's making the fake going, are you going to overflow or not? And if you do, he's going to come throw this little wheel route at the bottom of the screen. There's a vintage back shoulder. That ball takes 2.5 seconds to get to the second or third option. The pocket movement was great. He gets pressure off his right. Look at the 2 hands, scrape across the chest. Guys, he's going to essentially jump off both feet here. He's in the air making this throw. This throw goes 15, 20 yards downfield. It's perfectly in stride. We didn't really see that sudden yet subtle, calm, but quick enough pocket movement. Watch him here. He wants to escape out to his left, and that pocket closes. Then he wants to escape out to his right, and that pocket closes. He doesn't panic. He doesn't run into the offensive line, finds DK Metcalf on the shallow cross for a big game. I was just wildly impressed with how well he moved in the pocket for where he is.
We should point out the greatness of Aaron Rodgers yesterday, but we also should point out how great Justin Fields was. And the Jets came very close to winning that game. And if they had won, we'd be celebrating Justin Fields this morning, the new offensive coordinator that they got from the Detroit Lions, who looked like they were missing Tanner Engstring yesterday, right? And Justin Fields played very well, threw the ball very well, and gave the Jets some hope here for the weeks to come.
Shefty sat next to me as we watched the game yesterday and held me much of the day, I must say, and I appreciate your support.
I mean, the Jets were dominant with their offense. They ran the hell out of the football. They pushed a really good defense, the Pittsburgh Steelers, around up front. I mean, literally pushed them around. And you got Justin Fields. You got a young, talented, athletic quarterback. I mean, I am so fired up about this Jets offense. And the defense got to come around a little more.
They need better eye discipline on defense after week 1.
So no moral victories, but maybe the vibes on the Jets a little up. The vibes on the Giants, not so much. This looked a lot more like last year than it did what we had been hearing all through the preseason. Shefty, the Commanders crushing the Giants, who looked lifeless yesterday. 21-6 the final, and it candidly wasn't that close. Russell Wilson did not look comfortable. He was under duress the entire day. The Giant fans are screaming, please give me Jackson Dart. What can you tell us?
Well, after the game, Brian Daboll was given many chances to commit to Russell Wilson. Said he loves Russell Wilson, but did not commit to him as a starting quarterback going forward. The Giants have a gauntlet of a schedule. They have a rookie first-round draft pick at quarterback on the bench. Everybody in New York seems to